Applications of reflective practice. The reflective practitioner necessarily needs to engage in higher order thinking, critical thinking about their practice. And there are three dimensions of critical thinking. We can see the dimensions of critical thinking here. One dimension is the reflective practitioner in the process of analyzing and focusing on the parts of teaching. Also, critical thinking involves the analysis of thinking by focusing on the quality of teaching. And critical thinking engages the reflective practitioner in improvement of their thinking by using what they've learned. And so higher order thinking is an opportunity for reflective practitioners. Education as a concept focuses on higher order skills, but the reality of what happens in schools is that education results in lower order results. And what the reflective practitioner aims to do is to narrow the gap between these higher order goals and these lower order results. In other words, what can the reflective practitioner do to practically get students to think in higher order ways? Or in other words, in maths classes, how can the reflective practitioner help students think mathematically? In history classes, how can the reflective practitioner help students learn historically? And also, in terms of science classes, how can the reflective practitioner help students think scientifically? These are higher order processes rather than the lower order results that are so easily achieved. And the whole point of this, in general, is that students learn to think critically and therefore learn critically, and thinking and learning in very disciplined and self-directed ways. And the obstacle that teachers, that reflective practitioners face here are their own assumptions and values about the nature of teaching, the nature of instruction, the nature of knowledge, and the nature and process of learning in itself. And these assumptions can, and very often are, incompatible with higher order thinking. So, reflective practice provides a new set of assumptions for us as professionals. What we need to do as reflective practitioners is develop a long-term commitment to higher order thinking. And this is because of the need for change in terms of learning, the need for change in terms of moving students from lower order thinking and the outcomes associated with lower order thinking to higher order thinking and higher order skills. And of course, what we must realize is that there are certain barriers to overcome for the reflective practitioner in terms of promoting higher order thinking in schools and in classrooms. Lower order skills are what curricula are focused on, lists to be achieved, knowledge to be embedded in the student. And higher order thinking is about the students acquiring skills for managing knowledge and for understanding at a deeper level that knowledge. And so part of what the reflective practitioner needs to engage with in the future is ways to overcome resistance and barriers to the experiences that we're having in the classroom.